Ryan was making more money than ever before. At 30 years old, he had a decent salary, a nice apartment, a newer car, and yet one night, he discovered something terrifying. After paying all his bills, he was worth less than zero negative. That's when Ryan realized he wasn't building wealth. He was slowly financing a life he couldn't actually afford. Ryan worked at a marketing company in the city. He earned around $72,000 a year, to promotions in 5 years, a stable job, no major problems. From the outside, his life looked successful. Nice apartment, clean car, weekend dinners with friends, occasional trips. Everything looked normal. Adult life, but Ryan had one habit. Every night before sleeping, he checked his bank account, not because he was responsible, but because he was anxious. And most nights, he closed the app quickly, pretending not to think about it. Until one Thursday night changed everything. Ryan's debit card got declined. He was ordering $27 food delivery after work. Nothing unusual, but the payment didn't go through. He tried again. Declined. He froze, not because $27 was a big amount, but because payday was still 4 days away, and that meant something was wrong, really wrong. That night, Ryan sat on his couch and opened his banking app properly for the first time in months. No ignoring, no rushing. Just numbers, checking account, $118 savings, $9 for credit card debt, $14.68 to student loans, $24 car loan, $31. Zero remaining. Ryan stared at the screen for a long time. Then he did something he had never done before. He added everything together. Net worth, negative $68,000. He blinked, checked again. Same number, negative. That word kept repeating in his mind, negative. At 30 years old, working full-time, earning more than ever, he wasn't building anything. He was already behind. Way behind. 3 nights earlier, Ryan had posted rooftop dinner photos, city skyline, expensive drinks, smiling coworkers. Comments came in fast. Bro is winning, living the dream, goals. But what nobody saw was Ryan checking his bank balance before ordering an Uber home that same night. That's when it hit him. Modern life is strange. Most people don't look broke anymore. They look fine, even successful, but behind the scenes, they are just managing survival in silence. Ryan wasn't reckless. That's what made this worse. He didn't gamble. He didn't overspend wildly. He wasn't irresponsible. Most of his spending felt normal. A better apartment because he was getting older. A newer car because coworkers joked about his old one. Food delivery because he came home tired. Weekend dinners because life is short. Subscriptions because everyone has them. Nothing felt extreme. That's the trap. It's never one big mistake. It's hundreds of small normal decisions. The next morning, Ryan went to work feeling different. Everything looked the same. Same office, same coffee, same meetings, but inside, something had shifted. At lunch, he overheard coworkers planning a Miami trip, luxury hotel, VIP tables, designer shopping. One of them laughed. Just put it on the card. We're young. Ryan smiled slightly, but inside, he felt uncomfortable because that sentence sounded familiar. To familiar. That night, Ryan searched something online. How much does the average 30-year-old have saved in 2026? The answer shocked him. Most people had less than $5,000 saved. A large percentage had zero. Savings, credit card debt was rising every year. Emergency funds? Rare. Retirement savings? Even rarer. Ryan leaned back in silence. It wasn't just him. It was everyone. Everyone around him was just hiding it differently, but the deeper he researched, the worse it got. At 22, Ryan earned almost half his current salary. Back then, he had roommates, a used car, cheap lifestyle. But strangely, he remembers feeling less financial stress. Now he earned more, but felt constantly behind. Why? Lifestyle inflation. Every raise changed his life. Not in savings, but in spending. Better apartment, better clothes, better phone, better food, better expectations. His income went up, but his expenses rose with it. So nothing actually changed. Then came the moment that scared him the most. Friday morning, rent payment due, Ryan logged in. Insufficient funds, his stomach dropped. He quickly transferred money from savings, almost everything. Now his savings were almost gone, below $300 left. That's when reality hit hard. One emergency, one job issue, one unexpected expense, and everything collapses. That weekend, Ryan visited his parents during dinner. His father asked casually, "So how much have you saved now at 30? Ryan paused. He almost lied, but didn't. "I honestly don't know where my money goes." Silence. Then, his father said something simple. "When I was your age, I made less than you, but life was cheaper than half of what you're paying now." That sentence stayed in Ryan's mind because it didn't sound like advice. It sounded like a warning. That night, Ryan started going through every expense. Car payment, $540. Month gives $40 for dollars. Zero total cost food delivery, for $1,000 plus per year subscriptions. Nearly $3,000 yearly small purchases. Impossible to track. Then he saw something deeper. Interest. Credit cards, loans, financing. Over time, he would pay more than $50,000 just in interest. Not for wealth. Not for assets. Just for lifestyle. That realization changed everything. Debt wasn't just borrowing. Debt was future income already spent. Future hours already sold. Future freedom already reduced. Ryan felt something uncomfortable. He wasn't living his life freely. He was prepaying for it with interest. But the biggest shock came from someone unexpected. Marcus, an old college friend. Marcus looked completely average. Used car, cheap clothes, small apartment. Ryan assumed Marcus was struggling. But during a conversation, Marcus casually said, "I crossed $270,000 in investments last month." Ryan almost laughed. "What? How?" Marcus shrugged. "Because I stopped trying to look successful." That line hit differently because Ryan realized something brutal. Most people don't build wealth. They perform wealth. Cars to impress people, clothes to fit in, vacations for social media, apartments for status. But none of it builds financial freedom. It only builds appearance. That night, Ryan opened Instagram. Everything looked different. Luxury dinners, travel photos, shopping bags, perfect lives. But now Ryan saw something else. None of it showed debt. None of it showed stress. None of it showed reality. It was not wealth. It was performance. Weeks later, something happened at work. Rumors of layoffs. Not his department, but close enough. Office mood changed instantly. People started acting differently. Quiet panic. That's when Ryan realized something deeper. He wasn't just financially unstable. He had no safety buffer. No savings cushion. No backup plan. If anything went wrong, he was exposed. That was the turning point. Ryan stopped caring about looking successful. He started caring about surviving. Slow changes began. He sold the expensive car, downgraded his lifestyle slightly, cut subscriptions, stopped unnecessary spending, started cooking at home, started investing small amounts consistently. At first, it felt like he was losing status. Like he was going backwards, but slowly, something changed. 6 months later, Ryan slept better. Stress reduced. No constant anxiety before. Payday. Bank balance didn't scare him anymore. And for the first time, he felt something he hadn't felt in years. Control. A year later, emergency savings, $11. Debt, almost gun investments. Growing Lyrian wasn't rich, not even close, but something was different now. He wasn't trapped. And that made all the difference. Because Ryan finally understood something most people never realize. Real wealth isn't about income. It's about freedom. Freedom from panic. Freedom from debt cycles. Freedom from living one paycheck away from collapse. And in 2026, that freedom is becoming rarer than ever because most people are not broke. They just look fine while slowly falling behind.